To say that hoarders are hated in Roblox Jailbreak would be a huge understatement, but one thing that I've noticed about hoarders is that they always end up being the richest, and one of my goals in Roblox Jailbreak is to be as rich as I possibly can be. So for the next 5 days, I'm going to be learning the ways of hoarding, value manipulation, and really getting an inside look on the very people I despise. And to prove I'm not completely turned to the dark side, I'll be donating over $20 million worth of items on stream at 1,000 subscribers. And guys, we're so close. So let's begin this journey of mastering the dark art of hoarding. Day 1 was the day that this idea was born, and I started off by looking for rare items that didn't already have a lot of hoarders. The best way to tell if an item is rare is by looking at its monthly unique statistic, or MU for short. If an item has below 200 MU, that means it's considered very rare to find. However, I didn't want to trade everything that I had to hoard these items for this video, so I had to focus on a cheap item as well. I noticed that of all the types of items that get hoarded, rims are usually the ones that perform the best and rise the fastest. For example, snowflake rims, retro wave rims, and ionized rims have all gone through the cycle of being hoarded before, and they rose very fast and by a ton. My search was becoming a lot narrower. A rim with less than 200 copies in circulation that was also pretty cheap. In my initial search, I found 3 rims as potential candidates: sparkler rims, bull rims, and star badge rims. However, the star badge rims were twice as rare as both the bull and sparkler rims, and like I said, I don't want to spend my whole net worth hoarding, so star badge rims were the perfect fit. It was time to get to collecting. On day 1, I went around every trading server I could find and searched the inventories of every player to find any spare star badge rims. I even filtered my search by typing star in the search bar to make the grind faster. This method turned out to work pretty well, and in the first day I got 10 star badge rims in various trades with other players, making the total in my inventory 11. This also put me in 2nd place as a hoarder of this item, which brings me to the 3rd reason why I chose star badge rims. You see, on Jailbreak changelogs, you can see a list of people who have more than one of a certain item in their inventories on what's called a hoarder list. Because there were so few people hoarding large amounts of star badge rims, I knew there was at least a small chance that this could work. So I got to work. But after those 10 star badge rims, my luck was starting to run dry, and spending hours for nothing was not a chore I wanted to commit to. I knew that if I was going to survive the week, I'd have to work smarter, not harder. So I went to sleep on day 1 with my mind racing with ways I could do better. When I woke up on day 2, a genius idea struck me. I remembered that somebody had found my Discord from my profile page on Jailbreak changelogs, and I decided to go back to the hoarders list to look at the people standing between me and domination of all star badge rims. When I clicked on their profiles, I noticed some of them had their Discord profiles as public, so I went through a bunch of them and messaged them to ask for their star badge rims. When I came back from school that afternoon, some of them had responded, but their answers weren't exactly what I'd hoped for. Sorry, most of my stuff isn't for trade. And from the rest, absolute and utter silence. This really demotivated me. These were the players with the most star badge rims in the entire game. If I was going to be the biggest hoarder of star badge rims and learn how to hoard properly, I was going to have to change up my game. I went back to the workshop, but the solution didn't come to me in the way I'd expected. I was scanning another server for star badge rims when a person by the name of Mango came up to me and said he was a big fan of my content. And of course I was happy to see him, but I was so focused on the star badge hunt that it was all I could think about. And then it clicked. I could ask my fans to do almost whatever I want and abuse my power. I could hire them to do my bidding. I could become a hoarder overlord with a network of minions beneath me. And it all starts with Mango. But while Mango was out begging for star badge rims so he can earn internet clout, I wasn't resting. It didn't matter if I had to overpay a little bit, I was going to get my star badge rims in any way possible. Negotiating, waiting for them to think, overpaying, it didn't matter. Nothing was going to stop me now. By the end of day 2, I had gotten another 5 star badge rims. Everything was going strong, and I just needed 3 more to become the #1 hoarder of star badge. But on day 3, something snapped inside of me. This isn't who I am. I'm not a hoarder. I hate hoarders. My morals were getting the best of me, and all of the hours spent searching for this one rim had given me burnout. And that's because this video was never about me becoming a hoarder. This video is about why I hate them. You see, I never really wanted to be a hoarder in the first place, but I did want to understand them and validate my reason for disliking them. And I had to step into their shoes and see what it was really like. And guys, it sucked. I spent hours getting no deals, people asking me to overpay because they saw I was stacking up Star Badge, telling me sarcastically, good luck with the Hoard or whatever you're doing. Hoarders are ruining Jailbreak, and it's not necessarily just a Jailbreak issue. This happens in other games as well, but the problem is that people will fork over their rare items to these hoarders as long as they feel like they're getting a good enough deal. And when these hoarders already have $6.7 billion in their inventory, they don't mind investing a little bit to end up making hundreds of millions more in profit. I don't know a solution to this. Badimo can't cap the amount of items you can have to a certain amount because it would affect innocent hypergrinders and would ruin the economy. But if nothing is changed, hoarders will continue to manipulate items like earthquake texture, snowflake rims, rubber ducky rims, I mean the list goes on. But as far as I'm concerned, I've realized that hoarding is a painful process that requires you to no-life the game in order to stack as many of that item as you can before people eventually realize what you're doing. I had no idea that it was this difficult for the hoarders as well as for the normal people. And honestly, if everyone could just trade like collectors that only need one copy of rare items to actually use instead of hoarding all the rare items so nobody else can have them, the game would be a lot more fun. However, this video would not be complete if I didn't flex my insane amount of rare items to some people. This was my friend Eternal Hawk's reaction when he saw my collection.
What's good, JJ? I wanna... Here, wait, hold up. I gotta kick you out. I wanna see if I can get purple. I doubt my homie here is gonna actually trade his purple. Maybe we can offer one of our power ones. Oh my gosh! How do you get all those? What are those things worth? 1.2 million each? Jade, how do you get them? Wait, those are season 1? Like, what? Am I tweaking? I'm trading the Hoarder starter pack. Oh no. I'm the #2 hoarder of Star Badge. Dude! That is... Actually, I mean, to be fair, that's kind of a flex though. Wait, #2? Wait, who is #1? Who hoards Star Badge?